see. 12:15. We dropped in at 3:15. I left here about 12:15. Finished telephone in about 7.5 hours. The last 2 hours without any light. One headlamp short. Everybody's out of water. And we just got back to the grotto. I'm gonna fill up on water and begin the walk back to the lodge. But wait, what's that I hear? How thirsty are you, Scooter?
I'm so thirsty. I feel like my fucking insides must look like a raisin.
You know what else must look like raisins?
What?
The box of raisins I have in my pack for a snack.
I hate you.
After that, or 2 days after that, we did Pine Creek. It was before I had rope bags. So I had my original 100-foot rope that we had in Hillsdale from 2005. She gets to the bottom, and I don't need the rope to pull on that rappel. She gets to the bottom, and I say, "Tots, catch this." I throw the rope, and she had already swam over to the exit, so the rope hits and sinks within 5 seconds. Which sucked, because we needed that to get out. But there's a group that came behind us, so it was fine. This last summer, I found that rope wedged under this boulder 2 years later.
Holy shit.
So I came in here with a knife, and I cut off where I could. This is a little souvenir of my original rope. It might still be a
That's pretty amazing.
It got flooded out. Sank to the bottom of the cathedral. Sat there for a year or two. Big flood came along and washed it up there. The reason I couldn't pull it all out is because there's a log that was washed on top of it, jammed in there real good.
Kind of sheet metal. This is getting sanded over.
What's that?
This has been sanded over.
Yeah.
Oh! Jeez. This is so fucking unreal. Are the Narrows anything like this?
What's that?
Are the Narrows anything like this?
You haven't been up there yet?
No.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, eventually.
We'll have time on the back end.
Put on the wetsuits and go hardcore?
Yeah, we'll get up where we're going back. When you need to take. Oh, never mind, shuttle. Yeah, fuck that, I'm not going this year.
I'll go tomorrow morning. Unless there's something else we got going.
If you go in the morning, there won't be anybody up there.
Perfect. I hate people. Ooh. Just when you think you're getting warm.
So, in years past, every time I've done this canyon, there'd be a little bit of a rise to right here.
Uh-huh.
And then up here would be straight down. So there used to be a giant hole here that's just filled in with sand right now.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, not picking that up. The ranger get that. So this was all open.
Having a hole wet.
And all this is open. And you had to, there was a log right down there. It's probably still buried that you had to shimmy across very close to the wall to get over to this, and if you weren't comfortable with jumping.
It's like you to rig over the log or just drop it.
Okay, you're going to set up a single line. Or I'll set it up this time, we'll set it the next time. So, say you get to a rappel and it's 250 feet and you have a 200-foot rope and a 100-foot rope. The 200-foot rope won't, it's 150 feet. So when you try to pull the 200, it'll be too short. So what you do is you get enough rope down to get to the bottom, however far that may be in that specific rappel. On this one we can see the bottom. And then you take the rope, and you do that knot that we learned, tie it off, make sure it's nice and pretty. There, won't pull through. After that, you get the rest of the rope out of the bag and you attach the end of that rope to the 100-foot rope. And then you throw them both and you pull. So you're only going to be rappelling down one line.
Okay.
On bigger rappels. This is just an example.
Right.
And then you rappel down the one line, and then you'd use the two ropes that are chained together or tied together to pull this end of the rope up and through.
Okay.
On this one, though, we can see where we're going. Rope bag. Now, if you have other people going down ahead of you, you don't want to, if you're by yourself, you can't do what he's doing?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I thought you were attaching it to the anchor.
No, you do this. That way if the knot pulls through, that runs up and just forms a loop, and it self-retrieves.
Yep. So the first person down, you want to make sure, for damn sure, that it can't be pulled. Or that the rope, the knot won't go through the anchor. Because if you're the first one down or you're the only one down, you have to, whatever. So you do this until one person goes down and you see and you make sure that the knot doesn't pull through, and then you can take it off. You'll go next. Now, step up here. Now what I can do, like if we've got a lot of people and we've got two ends of the same rope, like say it's a 50-foot rappel, we got 200 feet of rope, we got plenty on both sides. What I'll do is if I got a lot of people with me, and it's not just me and one or two other people, is I'll take this, off rope. I'll take it and then I'll hook it up here so that if you pull on this side, it stopped because of the knot. If you pull on this side, it stopped up here. And that way, you can have one person rappelling while the next person is setting up.
Gotcha.
And then they get off and they hand this rope off, and then they go down, and the next person sets up. Now, the only thing you have to make sure is that the last person takes this out. Otherwise, you can't pull
You're
it.
not going to be able to retrieve it?
Yep. Now, I'm going to show you something with this. The way you've been doing it has been you go through and you hook it up. This is the least amount of friction. Plus we're on one line, so that's even less friction. Now if you want a little bit more friction, with two ropes, you can't do it this way, but with one rope you can. You slide it around the back, and that bites a little harder. That'll be harder to pull. As you can see, it's harder just to pull slack. Now if you want a lot more friction, you go all the way up like that. And then you put it on. And that'll really bind it up tight.
Okay.
Now, when you're thinking about it, all you have to do is think harder corners and touching points. So it's touching here and here where it always is. But instead of it just touching, going around the bottom down here, it's going around this entire thing, adding friction around the whole backside of the 8 instead of just right here in your carabiner. So, 3, most friction. 2, second most friction. 1, least friction.
So I'm just gonna go with the single this time around, or should
Single.
Alright.
Get used to it. Check. Which side? Which side? Which rope? No.
I can't. What are you talking about? Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Because
Want
if you
this
rappelled down that.
No, just go right down.
Yeah.
My bad.
If you were Brian, I would have let it happen. Because you'd be fine, it'd just be funny as hell.
Thank you for.
I wonder what he would have said. You think he would have screamed like a little bitch?
Brian?
Yeah. If he just starts free falling, I mean, it's not that far of a rappel, but that's not what you're thinking at the time. Okay, stop.
What am I getting?
Stop. So you pull it through, hold this with your right hand. Just your right. Or just your left, sorry, I said that wrong. Okay, now reach across.
Dexterity.
Okay, stop. You keep hitting bind. So here, stop. You go across, you reach all the way over to the mouth of the gate. You just have to make sure you reach. Don't start here because you won't get all the way around. So you've got to reach all the way around and click open. Use your thumb.
What the fuck am I missing?
You got those little hands.
What the fuck? Okay. Alright.
Okay.
So do I want to have a lot of friction on this son of a bitch?
More, because it's a single line. Plus, I want you to get comfortable with doing it. Does that feel weird? Does it look weird? So which way does that rope want to go? There you go. So what do you do first?
Get as close as possible.
Yep. Okay, so you get close and then you sit. You load it. Okay, now drop your hand to your hip.
Yep.
There you go.
Woo. That was a little bit more quick than I anticipated. Up rope. Okay. It's gonna hit me in the dick, and I'm not gonna like it.
Alright, let's see if Mr. Bell.
See ya. Have fun. Enjoy waiting. Here, who's throwing the pine cones? Was that you, James? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why we always wear a helmet.
Thank God for this helmet. Yeah, that's right. Leave the guy with the rope behind. Yeah, no wonder.
Okay, so here's a cool little thing. Here, Miles. So that's one of the first guys to ever come through Zion and start setting up routes. His name is Royce. And he took and he stamped all of his own anchors. So if you see that, it's been there a long time, which is why somebody put this one here. But at the same time, this guy's holding up just fine.
It's still solid.
So that's kind of cool. That's
Pretty
one
badass.
of the first guys to ever come through here.
Alright, you're rigging this one.
This is the one where you'll do hand over hand, and I'll show you how to do that here.
Yeah,
So,
I wasn't paying attention to the
I didn't
lesson
show you
about.
before. In order to keep the rope from getting knotted, you don't just grab rope and put it and put it and put it and put it because it'll just get knotted when you throw it. So in order to keep that from happening, there's a special way to hold the rope. So So the trick is that you go and stretch your arms up and you put your palms together. And you stretch your arms out and then you put your palm to the back of the hand so that you have two separate sides.
Okay.
And then you just keep doing that. Palm to palm, palm to back. Palm to palm, palm, back. Always two separate sides. We'll have them set up the next one. I'm already holding this shit. After you get enough, I think this is enough, it's 50 feet-ish. You just take the rope, hitch it. That's good. See it hit. And then rope back. Alright, you're up. Well, actually, yeah. Yeah, I'll go. This one can get a little tricky. It's a little awkward. So if you were going to eat it.
I'm just doing the regular 8 this time.
Yep. Oh, that's cold leather.
It's a little sandy, that one.
Yep. Alright, now hey, take a sec before you do that. Let this all sit back down. Now look at your carabiner, look at versus mine. You want it so your gate is facing up so that there is the least possible chance that it's going to get opened. And technically you should have a locker for that. But you don't have any. So. But yeah, always face the gate up and away from stuff that's going to potentially open it.
Son of a bitch. Let me a drink. One more night. I'm singing a song. Son of a bitch. If I can't get clean, I'm gonna take my money. Yeah.
That looks good.
Alright. Cool. Come on.
Yes, Boozy?
It's the sound I make when I'm like trying to get shit done.
R2D2. You want him to play or not?
Belay me!
No, on.
On belay. There's a lot of friction here.
No, it'll be better when you like just hanging around.
Is it me? Okay. Dang it.
Spread your feet.
Thank you. That might have been a little foolish. But I felt like I was comfortable enough to get to where I needed to.
Should see me when I come down this thing.
Yeah? Play off!
Off rope!
Off rope, my bad.
Okay, so check this out. Remember I was saying on the way here, the rain hits the top of the sandstone, trickles down through the sandstone until it hits clay and then goes sideways?
Right.
This rock is clean and dry. This rock over here, clean and dry. There's no water that's flowing this way. But if you pay attention here, you'll see drips falling
Coming out.
So there's like right here. This guy's ready to go. So what it is there's a little layer of clay here. So the water hit the top of this rock, slowly
Sink
came
down.
down through the sandstone, hit the clay, and then went sideways. Play on! So this is the fireman. So if he starts coming down and he loses control of the rope, hits his head, whatever, all I have to do is be his handbrake for him. So as he's coming down, if I want him to stop, then all I do is to just pull down on it. He can't move. As much as he tries to, he can't move. But if I do that, he'll move again.
So funny. Oh,
No, you just-
Oh, boy.
Get another 8 feet.
Since the rope in that pothole
It's
is now
coming in
really, really sandy, we're going to pull the rope before we start to pack it, or if there's 2 people, we'll do it together. Now the rope's really sandy, so we want to run it through the water, get the sand out. Also, when he's pulling it into this here, it won't get tangled as we pull, or as I pack it. So you can go ahead and pull. Rope.
Quarter mark? Or 3/4 mark?
I'm going to push myself up. Just tumble. Good to go.
It's gonna be really slippery in here because of that little stream, huh?
There's a saying, if it's green, it goes. And it means 2 different things. If you're looking at it from a hiking perspective, where you get little ridges with little clumps of dirt, and you're wondering if you can hike out on that ledge, like say you're hiking the side of a very steep cliff. If it's green, like there's a tree on it, a brush, grass, means the roots are in the rock, which means you can go on it. Green goes. In a canyon, a wet canyon, a different thing. A wet canyon, if it's green, it probably means it's slimy and you're going to slip and shit. There are 3 different ways to do this last rappel. This is one of them, but I want to get you on a 100-foot hang.
Oh boy.
So let's get over there. So that's one. Another set of anchors here is 2. One that really puckered your cheeks. Look up for that sugar sand.
Holy tits.
One could perhaps use that phrase.
That's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. I kind of wish I brought my phone.
So the Canyon Overlook Trail ends right up there. Alright, so this is a free hanging rappel, which means we can just run the rope through and not worry about it. We don't have to go hand over hand to make sure that we throw it past something. We just let it out and let it fall. It's about a 90-95 foot wrap. We got 200 feet of rope, so we'll go to the halfway point and we'll all double line it. We'll double line it for that extra bit of friction.
Nice. You got it. Show you this because I want to show that the squirrel works on camera too. Is you hadn't done first, James?
No, I am.
It works like a regular 8, and then to add friction, you just put it through the tail. More friction, a lot more friction.
Shit ton of friction.
Pretty much
I
stopped.
can't even move. Like I've this same get up when we did it 2 weeks ago, couldn't move.
Machine not sure.
Where?
There. Said.
That's to keep the rope clean, clear.
Okay.
And if you want to lock off, you bring it after you get it through here. You just bring it up and just slam it down here, and the rope will pinch it.
Yep, it'll self break.
Yep. So we're gonna get Miles down, so you can start.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you should go down first, and then Miles will go down second. And when you hit, just take your helmet off, or no, keep your helmet on, and just head down canyon. You gotta get moving. You want to use this, or you want to use yours?
Please use mine.
Okay.
I'm just shaking because I'm cold.
That's what I mean. We gotta get you down so you can
Hold
get
that.
moving.
Sometimes it helps to take the weight off the rope when you're trying to rig, especially when it's wet, but it's 100 feet.
I'm alright.
100 feet twice.
I'm not like crazily cold, I just shake easily.
Oh, like Chihuahua.
Baby.
Yeah, like a baby.
Baby Chihuahua.
Fucking
Perfect.
Sorry, I'm on camera cursing.
You've been doing that whole thing. I was kind of surprised.
Mild-mannered Miles.
Yeah, well.
It's cursive.
Come on, fingers.
Matt, you're making my hands cold.
This is a really awesome way to see this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Alright, go get him, killer.
Yoink.
Like you got. Hey!
Are you gonna use one of those guys?
Time to first guy down. I don't feel like dying.
Right.
Prusik or auto?
Also,
So you keep your hand inside of
keep it on
that,
there.
just so.
Now that's a different kind of daisy chain.
Right.
Those are each individually stitched, so you can clip that up as many times as you want and attach it to anything. You don't have to worry about it coming apart like you do with these.
Right.
But those are about 50% more expensive.
PAS, personal attachment system. I don't like mine a lot.
that? Am I gonna go down that slowly?
No.
To start?
Nope.
It's just because you don't have a fireman to help you out?
Correct.
Got it.
Oh, shaking like you where?
Fuck Chihuahua. Shit's heavy.
Yep. Now, when you start to go down, you're going to go down pretty slow because of the weight of the rope is acting almost like a brake hand on you. But as you get down farther, you're going to need to add more and more friction. So just keep that in mind.
God.
Got it.
You want to leave this on for you?
Nah, bruh. You get it. What do you say?
Belay? Yeah.
Say it again, louder.
Belay? Alright.
Get away from me. Swing into me. Suck. I
Right.
died doing my favorite thing that somebody else killed me.
You ready, Freddy? I guess so. Let's do this shit. Oh my god.
Miles, you want to tip the camera all the way down? With your free hand?
Tip it down towards the ground.
Yeah.
That's a rock. Woo! So now if I fall, I'll only break my back instead of die. Woo! I want to stay on it all day long. It's safe here.
Imagine James would just come down the top.
What the hell am I having so much difficulty with this thing?
It's probably all sandy.
Oh, they're sanding the Vaseline, I see.
Okay. I'm on rappel with that camera. Just look up through this hole right here. This is a sweet shot.
Off rope!
Hold off. Do that. Hold on. All right, blaze on.
Remember I said about twist the rope?
Yeah?
And it catches like that. Pull.
Miles,
Yeah, man.
what's brown and sticky?
Sand?
A stick.
You can hike up here without doing all the canyoneering shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I might do that and bring my camera tomorrow. This is like gorgeous. Right.
If you get here early, you'll even be able to catch people coming down.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah. Button.
Man, you're really wearing that pants out.
Yeah, Daddy's busy. Like that right there.
Yeah. Get it.
That was a rock that started that.
Oh. That was probably pretty unpleasant.
It's a noise
Oh shit.
never made without the help of a woman.
Alright, camera's in the back there.
Slip and bleed from the anus.
Thank you.
Dad didn't look for rocks.
Oh, who is that again? Big Cook Red.
I guess so.
Toot it again.
Ugh.
There, you should stop shaking pretty soon, Miles. A little bit of alcohol and you get that withdrawal to go away.
Good call. So useful.
You get the shakes.
Yeah.
And on these other ones, like this is a mystery bag. On the spry bags, I got those straps here. And I can put a camera pouch on one side and my gear pouch on the other. So just got a shit ton of carabiners and quick draws in here so I don't have anything on my hooks all the time clanging around. It's really nice. He makes really good shit. And the biggest ones that he just made, they're called Collabs. I have two of them. And you can fit your rolled up wetsuit and a rope and a little bit of extra stuff inside it.
Wow.
All together. And if you go camping or something, you put all your camping stuff in it in your wetsuit, and then you take, because it has that lid, you set the rope bag on top of it and then fold the lid over and latches it down. Really.
Well designed.
Alright, remember you've got Glassney with you. So.
So some things about down climbing, this is for the camera as well as you, is when you're doing it, you always go hands first, hands lower, and then swing your legs out and hips. Just think like a monkey, act like a monkey.
Be a monkey.
Hands first. Really do a lot of lat dips. Now there's no right or wrong way down.
Gotcha.
Just move in the general downstream direction.
We got out. Which way out? What? Air. Another thing when you're down climbing and scrambling is that whether you're scrambling up or down, you want to keep as much weight on your feet as possible, because there's the rubber on your shoes is a lot stickier and grippier than the stuff on your hands. So even when you're putting your hands first, you don't load your hands until your feet leave.
Right.
And then as soon as your feet hit, let go with your hands and put it all on the rubber. Also, when you, like if you get people who are doing this kind of thing, trying to go really slow, their feet aren't pushing down, their feet are pushing across. So they're not getting a lot of pressure on the rubber. Or like if you get someone who's doing this kind of thing where they're just like that actually, where they're trying to like slowly go down and they got hands here and a lot of weight on them, is that when they're from this angle, they're pushing as much this way as they are down. So you're just wasting your weight. Your weight is what's going to keep you from eating shit.
Because you're sticking power is a product of view plus the force being placed into it.
When you start jumping, sounds kind of duh, but if you've never done it before, you don't necessarily know, aim for the sand.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty common sense. I don't.
Yeah. Again, if you don't have a scuttlebutt and you're in my wetsuits, don't do it. Also, if you're using one of my packs and it's not one of these with this rubber on the bottom or this heavy duty orange, what is this? Not nylon.
It's
Whatever it is.
webbing? Cordura?
Cordura, there we go.
You'd prefer
If
it.
it's not this, but you're using one of my other packs, do not slide with the pack grinding on the walls or on the bottom. I put 3 holes in my pack after doing try once. One canning's all it takes to ruin a 2.5 hours. Another thing, and this has nothing to do with this, but while I'm thinking about it, it's very important. Never take a rope out of the rope bag unless you put it right back into it. Because if you take a rope out and then you just like put it in my garage, I don't know what rope that bag belongs to, and the bags are marked with how many feet of rope are in them. So if I like grab the 170 thinking that's the one that goes in there, and I don't know it's 170 and I actually need 200, I'm fucked when I need a 200-foot rope in a canyon. Like if this had been a 170-foot rope, we wouldn't have been able to finish here. We would have had to rappel off the end of the rope or have him hike back up with ascenders. So never take my shit out of the bag unless you put it right back in.
Or just tag down the webbing that I carry always in the pack to the short end and we just pull it back.
So it's just, don't fuck with my stuff. Because it's not like you're moving chairs around or you're putting my cups in my dish cupboard. It's, you're gonna kill me.
Or other people.
Or other people, or both. I'm glad I can edit that. Another thing, for down climbing and scrambling, if you're going to do a jump, especially if you have a loaded pack and it's heavy, with a rope in it, whatever, close your teeth before you jump.
You might bite your lip or your tongue.
Your tongue. Oh, fuck your tongue. I learned that the hard way too. You get one of those hits, clench, and then it's gone. And you're bleeding from the mouth.
It's like you got rabies or something.
Yeah, something, right?
Check out that wall, though.
Yeah, nice and bright. Did you ever see that base jump video, Matt? The Zion base jump?
Wait, the iron base jump?
Yeah.
That's not official thing.
No, not at all. It's really shitty quality. It's been taken down twice, but it keeps finding its way back onto YouTube. And it wasn't him. It was just some guy who's like taking pictures of his wife and kids, and then just you hear, like, they passed a guy with a big heavy pack on the way up, and I didn't know what was in the pack. Like, why does he got that big of a pack for this like half-mile hike with no real elevation? And they get up there and he's taking pictures, and then all he hears is and pans over and just does like an ollie and just lets the bag out.
Perfect.
Because base jumping in national parks is illegal. But he probably didn't get away with it.
Think he had to lose his chute?
No, they usually don't confiscate shit. They'll just fine you. But, ooh, stay for that. Fine, it may have been cheaper than
Dan, couldn't shoot.
Well, there goes the chute. Whoa.
Oh my god. That is fun.
It shoots like a parasite.
Oh, Keith. Can we?
Hit.
No, that's okay. It's a parasol. It's a square one. It's easy. It lands off.
Wow, all done. Gee.
Also, before you do stuff like this, when there's a lot of scrambling, trim your toenails. Trim your toenails.
Because your toes get like caught up in the front of your shoe and
Yeah,
it's pretty damn uncomfortable.
Forward motion, and then sudden stops on your toes. You'll either break it, you'll bleed, or you'll do like I did ice climbing. You just ram it into your toe, and then you'll be like, nope, I can do it. If you trim your toenails too short right before you do something that you're not really comfortable doing, your toes get this much shorter in your shoes, so you start sliding around. Like even if they're your favorite running shoes, if you trim your toenails really short for some dumb reason, you'll fall. It's a thing.
Man, look at that log. They can really drive that places.
Matt likes logs between his legs.
I think that's his log. I think that's what he was getting at. Check out his twisted log.
Twisted, distorted peacock.
Wait, Matt, are you Jewish?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
No, he didn't know you're Jewish.
This dude at the top, as we were coming in, he saw me all like dressed up. He's like, "Oh, you can hike down?" I was like, "Yeah, not really. You can't just hike it." I was like, "You don't want to
See
do
this?
that." Yeah.
There's a good amount of limestone in these walls too. The lower you go down, you'll find little pockets of it. If you go down to the Virgin River Gorge, which you drove through on the shuttle, that's all limestone. It's really aggressive, and it looks like this. And you'll see it's a lot more stringy, and it's got a lot more cracks in it than most sandstone would after having water move over it. And it eats shoes for fucking breakfast.
Limestone does?
Yes, especially this flaky stuff.
It just tears that shit apart.
Yeah, because it's unforgiving. Like sandstone is aggressive,
Probably was
but
stupid.
it gives way.
Yeah.
It will eventually go down to nothing. The limestone doesn't move. It doesn't move. But every now and then up here even you'll find basalt lava rock from when St. George exploded however long ago. You'll find pieces of lava rock 50 miles from here. 100 miles from where it blew up.
I think Matt was telling me a little bit about that. Like,
There's some pieces that have been found in Bryce Canyon.
shit.
Wow, look at the reaction. Feel big.
I wonder who put that rock there.
This big guy here?
Yeah.
If you do
Samson.
Orderville from the top, watch, yeah, from the top, there's a rock 2-3 times this size that fell off the top God knows how long ago, but the canyon is narrower than it, so it's just wedged there, and under it is a smaller boulder. So you just got like this 10-foot gap between the two, and this thing, the taller one, has a tree growing on top of it. Like it's that old. It's been there that long that enough sand washed on top of it over floods that a tree was able to take root. It's called the guillotine because it's between those two pieces. I think that's the last rappel, or second to last rappel in Orderville. Even though you don't even really need to rappel in Orderville, but yeah. Oh, is this the cooling station? Yep.
Oh, I gotta jump in this shit?
Yep. You'll enjoy it.
Motherfuck.
Make sure everything's...
Tight.
Oh, another thing. Every now and then, look at your, especially if you're using my camelbacks, yours is a different kind. Those nipples don't come off very easy. But these guys fall off all the time, and they're $6 a piece. So if you're using my shit, look at it every now and then. Push it back on. Alright, when you do this, make sure you clear that rock.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, that would not feel good.
That's the bottom.
Yeah, you'll touch the bottom.
Is it closer than you expect?
That's about up to here, water depth.
Oh,
Just don't lock your knees.
got it.
While we're at it.
Oh man.
Feel good?
Yeah. Feel like I just woke up, got out of bed, and had.
Punched in the dick by Scooter.
Yeah.
Cannot say it.